Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall.
All those hooligan kids roaming around the streets, safe for indoors. Wait, what are you doing? Socket, what are you doing? Socket! People say I'm deaf.
Oh, hey Gramps. What up, dog?
Socket, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just listening to some sick 80s rock anthems and throwing up some sweet wall art here.
Yeah, it makes me want to throw up too.
Right on, dog. Well, get tagging then.
What? No, you can't draw on the wall. Everybody knows that.
Wait, what? Why not?
Well, for starters, it's Dave and Sarah's wall. And secondly, everyone knows you're not allowed to draw on the walls. It's like the second lesson you'll learn when you're a baby. The first is to not put your hand down your nappy when you've got a full load.
Well, I say you can, and I have a precedent, Your Honor.
Who? What are you talking about?
Well, God did it.
What? No. When?
As it happens, I'm drawing a picture of it right now. Let me tell you all about the story of King Belshazzar.
Okay, but don't take all day. It's almost time for my mid-morning nap.
All right, Gramps. Well, when Daniel was older, there was a new king in Babylon. His name was King Belshazzar. One day, King Belshazzar threw a big party. This party was huge, like 1,000 people were invited. It was enormous. Anyway, things got a little out of hand, as they do. And when they were drinking, King Belshazzar called for the sacred cups and things that had been taken from the temple in Jerusalem back when Daniel was brought to Babylon. And he asked for them to be brought to him so they could drink out of them while they worshipped the fake gods of Babylon. Well, that's very disrespectful. Yeah, it sure is. God wasn't happy at all, and all of a sudden, while they were there at the party, a hand appeared out of nowhere and wrote a message on the wall. What? Out of thin air? Yep, out of thin air. Well, what did it write? This. Mene, mene, tekel, parson. Well, what does that mean? Well, that's just the thing. Nobody knew. The king was totally freaked out, and so he called for his expert advisors, and no one could work out what it meant. But the queen was there when she told Belshazzar about Daniel and how God helped him interpret the dreams and things like that. So the king went and asked for Daniel. Daniel looked at the writing and told Belshazzar all about King Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, what happened to him again? Well, King Nebuchadnezzar was proud, and so God humbled him by taking everything away from him. He had a dream about a great big tree that got cut down and then turned into an animal, and that's pretty much what happened to him. His hair grew long and he ate grass like the animals. He pretty much became an animal. Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It happened to George in the home I live in. He thought he was a cat. Well, Nebuchadnezzar learnt the lesson that God was teaching him, and he became humble. But Belshazzar, well, he stayed proud, and he wasn't sorry for what he'd done. And so Daniel told him what the message meant. He said, Mene means that God has numbered your days. Tekel means you've been weighed and found wanting. Parson means your kingdom will be torn in two. Well, that doesn't sound very good at all for Belshazzar. What happened to him? Well, that very night, Belshazzar was killed and his kingdom was conquered and torn in two.
Whoa, that's heavy. I wonder how Dave will punish you for disrespecting him by drawing on his walls.
But God did it.
Yeah, but you're not God. God is in control, not you, and not some king like Belshazzar. You better clean up this mess before Dave finds out. Otherwise, he might tear you in two, or worse, give you to the dog.
Don't even say such a thing. You know how she eats socks for breakfast.
Well, you better get started then.
Oh, all right.
Kids these days,